Alright guys, so this is problem number 27. As you guys probably know, number 27 is usually the hardest problem of that section. They always go easy to hard, so remember that. So now we have this problem. This is a constants problem. We got a and b. We got this function. They tell us a y-intercept, and then they tell us the product of a and b is 65 over 7, and we want to find what a is. So what I like to do with these problems is like plug in what you're given. So we're given this y-intercept right here. So I'm going to plug that in to this. So we know that y is negative 99 over 7. So let's plug that in. We know that x is 0. So let's plug that in. F of 0 minus 15. So then now you should be able to see, okay, I can solve for f of 0. And then if I know that, I can plug it in up top up here. And then we'll probably be able to get the answer from there. So let's add the 15 over to the other side. So when we do that, we'll get negative 99 over 7 plus 15 equals f of 0. So this is where you got to be kind of good with your fractions. Let's put 15 over a denominator of 7. So let's rewrite it. That'll be negative 99 over 7 plus 105 over 7 equals f of 0. If you don't know how to do that, might want to watch some YouTube videos. You're kind of cooked if you can't add simple fractions like that on the SAT. I'm just going to be honest with you. So if you add these together now, you get 6 over 7 equals f of 0. So then now let's go back to the top, and now let's plug that in. So let's plug in f of 0. So f of 0 equals negative a to the 0 plus b. Would you look at that? A to the 0 is 1. So now we can solve for b. So we can plug in f of 0, that's 6 over 7, equals negative 1 plus b. Add the 1 over to the other side, 13 over 7 equals b. Okay, so now that we know b, and then we know the product of a and b is 65 over 7, we can easily find a. So let's write that as an equation. So AB is going to equal 65 over 7. And then we can solve for A. A is going to equal 1 over B times 65 over 7. I just divided the B over. And then now if we plug in B, which we found, so it's 1 over B, so we're just going to flip B, the one we found. So that'll be 7 over 13 times 65 over 7. Would you look at that? The 7s will cancel. And then A is going to equal 65 over 13, which is just going to be 5. So here's another problem I picked out for you guys. If you notice, this one's 26. So sometimes the hardest problem is not exactly 27. This is the next section, same practice test. I think this problem's harder than 27. I think 27 is kind of easy on this one. But anyways, let's get into the problem. So we have two identical rectangular prisms that have a height of 90 centimeters. And then they tell us the surface area of each prism is K. And that the prisms, they get glued together along a square base. And then the resulting prism has a surface area of 92 over 47K. So when we get a problem like this, what I like to do is I like to kind of draw it out. So we have we have a prism by itself, and then they glue it together. So let's look at the prism that's when it's just by itself. So it'll look something like this. I know I'm a great artist. So we'll have two sides. We'll call them S. It's square. I should mention that, but it's in the problem. And then it has a height of 90. So it'll look something like that. And then when we glued them together, just picture like taking this and then just like sticking another one back here. And then basically it'll look something like this. So we draw that. So when we glue them together, we'll have S, S, and then 180. So then now let's find the surface area of this first one, like one of the little pyramids or prisms. This will be K equals, and then we do the area of the squares, the one here and the one in the back, so that'll be 2s squared, and then plus, and then we have 90 times s on the other side, and the top will be the same thing. So it's basically just 4 sides of 90 times s, so that'll be 360s. If you're a little confused on that, let me know in the comments. I can explain a little more. And then this big prism is going to do the same thing. So we know that that one's 92 over 7K. So let's write or 92 over 47K. And then this will be 2s squared plus, and then it's going to work the same way. Only difference is we do 180s time plus another 180s, and then it's the same thing. It's going to be, there's 4 of them. So that'll be 720s. And then we can plug this k in here, and then now we can just solve for it. So we have 92 over 47k, or sorry, we're going to plug it in, times 2s squared plus 360s. So let me put that in parentheses, equals 2s squared plus 720s. And then now, this is really easy, we're just going to go into Desmos and just type this in. So we got 92 over 47 times 2x squared, we'll use x instead of s, plus 360x equals 2x squared plus 720x. And then Desmos will just tell you what the solutions are. It's going to be 0 and 8, and then obviously in this case 8 will be our answer. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and check out our website, mvplearners.com.